Hi, I'm Dan Hegstead. Welcome to my vlog, Next Steps, Tools for Transforming from Coping to Thriving. It's all based on my book of the same title, and that is obviously a paperback, because there it is. And it's a Kindle e-reader, and it is an audiobook, all available through Amazon.com. If you'd like to get any of those versions, just go to my website, danhegstead.com. There is the email, there's the URL right there, and follow the links. It'll take you to Amazon. If you'd like to book me as a speaker, that's on my website also, danhegstead.com. I regularly offer a class called Introduction to Meditation, and people ask, well, is there a video? And frankly, I thought there was, but I guess there isn't. So let's do that. In this episode of Next Steps, I'm going to teach you about meditation, what it is, what it isn't, how it works, what to expect. And then at the end of this video, we will just segue into another video that I've made, which is, the video is actually a nice peaceful forest scene. The sound is a babbling brook. And after 20 minutes, there is a gong that tells you 20 minutes is up. Now, that's also a separate standalone video that's on my website. It's under resources and more, I think. So if you once you learn what I have to teach you here today, you don't need this part anymore, but you may want that 20 minutes of the babbling brook and the gong after 20 minutes. You don't really need that. Just set some kind of timer, but it's kind of nice to have. So let's talk about meditation. It is so important that you learn how to meditate, but a lot of people don't want to do it because they're too busy. They just don't have time, and it's so hard to sit for 20 minutes when there's so much to do. And yet it is so important to learn how to calm your mind so you can deal with life. And it really is important, and this really works. It is so simple. It is easy. And that's one of the reasons I think people don't do it, is because it's simple and easy. What I should do is make it difficult and complicated and charge $10,000. But you don't need to. It's simple and easy, and it works. And I'm going to tell you all about it right now. I want to recommend a book, Thich Nhat Hanh, Nhathanh. He was a Vietnamese Buddhist monk who died just recently. Wonderful, wonderful man. Many good quotes from him out there. And he wrote a book called The Miracle of Mindfulness, and I recommend that book. Thich Nhat Hanh, The Miracle of Mindfulness. I have been practicing and teaching Tai Chi for 30 plus years now. And Tai Chi is all about connecting mind and body. And that's really what we're doing in this meditation. And you can do that very easily through Tai Chi. Yoga works too, I understand. I don't know much about yoga, but I think it's a good mindful practice. Or the sitting meditation. This is a good thing to do. And once you know how to do this, you can do this for a minute while you're in line at the grocery store or you're sitting in traffic. It's just good to calm down. Mind-body connection. Remember that. Mind-body connection. And it sounds mysterious and oriental and yada, yada. But it is so simple, and you understand it already, because if I tell a joke, you're going to laugh. And I know some good jokes, but I'm not going to do it now. When you are angry, you show it in your body. When you cry, you are having a physical reaction to something that's going on up here. Yes, laughter is physical, humor is cerebral. And so when you laugh, you don't think about laughing, you just laugh. When you cry, you can't hold it back. Mind-body connection. Well, it works the other way, too. It's not a one-way street. We don't just have physical reactions to our emotions. We can have emotional reactions to our physical movements. And in this case, what we're going to do is sit quietly and calm the body. The mind will follow. We will calm the mind. Now, Tai Chi or Qigong, and there is a free video on my website, Qigong, the 10 Ways. It's all you need. It's all you need. Go learn those 10 movements. You'll spend a week with the video and then you won't need it ever again. Just keep practicing that. You will relax the body. You will relax the mind. It has to happen. And the more physically balanced you are, the more mentally balanced you are. The more physically open you are, the more mentally open you are. The more physically connected you are, the more mentally connected you are. And there's a million things we do physically with Tai Chi and Qigong that we learn mentally and emotionally. That's the purpose. Tai Chi is a tool to build something, to do something. Well, what we're going to do here is a sitting, quiet meditation. And this is just one way to meditate. Their moving meditation would be Tai Chi or Qigong. There are chanting and drum circles and so forth that are meditative and maybe meditation, depending on how you practice it. There's also biofeedback. I have a device called a Muse that I have used. I don't really need to anymore because I can get into that state fairly quickly. But the biofeedback through the Muse will reinforce that you are into a meditative state. You can do that. A Muse is not inexpensive, but it's not like you're going to wear it out and have to buy another one. So I recommend those. It's a nice device. It's very well made and very well engineered. You can pay extra money for all kinds of extra programs and such with it. I don't think you need to do that, but if you want to, you go right ahead. But now we're going to talk about a sitting, quiet meditation. So we're going to talk about this, and then the video will just move into this 20 minutes of quiet babbling brook, and a gong will sound after 20 minutes. But I'll tell you what to do during that 20 minutes. We'll cover all that right now. So why would a person meditate? I'm so busy. I don't have time. Yeah, you need to let go of that. You need to find the time, make it a priority, and a lot of other things are just going to work out for you. The time will find you is what will happen if you do this regularly. A man was asked his spiritual teacher skeptically, "What have you gained through meditation?" And the teacher replied, "Nothing at all." "Well, then what good is it?" the man said. "This is what I have lost through meditation," said the teacher. "I have lost sickness, anger, depression, insecurity, the burden of age, and the fear of death." And that, friends, is absolutely true. It's important to meditate. I have had some great spiritual insights that have changed my life while meditating, because whatever is out there that wants to communicate with us, if you're listening, it whispers. And if your head is full of noise, you can't hear it. But if you can be quiet, you can listen and you can hear and you can learn and you can change and you can become the you that you were meant to be. But you have to be quiet because it whispers. It's very, very quiet. We're going to do that. So what is meditation? And I start with, well, what is it not? What it isn't is not a goal. It's a tool. Just like Tai Chi or Qigong, it's a tool you use to do to get you something else. It's not an end in itself by any means. It is not. And there are many ways to meditate. It is not religious. It is not necessarily religious. Now, you may have a religious or spiritual experience, but that's not necessary. There's no goal here. It's just to be quiet. Find the space between your thoughts, and there's some wonderful things that happen. It is not religious. Now, this is not hypnosis. This is not hypnosis. There's no subliminal messages, and you're not going to quack like a chicken in this afternoon or anything. You are, while meditating, are fully aware You're hyper aware maybe, and you can respond to any situation that comes up. Don't worry about that at all. Now, when I say meditation, what comes to mind? I mean, go to search clip art on the internet. What you're going to find is 10 billion images of a skinny woman in her 20s sitting in a lotus position, and she is so peaceful. That is meditation, but it is not the only thing meditation is. That is so extremely limiting. You do not have to sit like a pretzel. If you're not a woman, and if you're not 22 years old and skinny, you can still meditate. It's a stereotype that doesn't work. Try and get that out of your head. Anybody can meditate. If you can think, you can meditate. If you can sit, you can meditate. That's all you have to do. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to buy anything. It's free, and it's so good and so powerful. So get that image out of your head, and let's move on. I'm going to tell you that meditation is not relaxing. And by that I mean whatever you consider relaxing, this ain't it. Oh, I go fishing. I go for a walk. I do my gardening. I find that very relaxing. This is not that. That may be relaxing, but it is not meditation. It is not meditation. Meditation is, in fact, a fourth state of consciousness that you can bring about. Waking, sleeping, dreaming, and meditation. I learned this decades ago when I first learned to meditate. A guy at college was doing a master's thesis on it, and so he hooked me and several other people up to the EKG and all that, and you can measure it. It's a different look. It is a different state of consciousness, but you have to come to it with intention, and that's what we're going to do here. This reduces stress because it teaches your body what it feels like when it's stressed. What? When we are stressed, remember mind-body connection, we tend to tense physically and we tense mentally. And when you can't move physically, you can't move mentally. You can't think straight when you're tense physically or mentally. Now we're going to teach the body to relax. That teaches the mind to relax. And then when stress happens, you'll notice it is different. It won't be the natural state. You'll go, oh, something's wrong here. And you can have a moment to work on your relaxation. And then you can actually choose how you react to stressful situations. It is a radical change in how we live our lives. And it is so good and so healthy to do. This is stress management. Well, how can it be? We're doing nothing. How can it be? It's a waste of time. I need to do something. No. Here's a terrifically real analogy. When your computer, your phone, your tablet doesn't work, you need to restart it. Shut it down and restart it. And I'll tell you, it works exactly the same with your brain. This is what we're doing. We're kind of taking a pause, and then we're going to restart, and things work. It is a remarkably appropriate analogy. You need to do that with your computer. And why wasn't it recognizing your password? Nobody on the planet knows. It's just one of those things. It happens. Restart, everything works okay again. You need to do that with your brain, and that's what we're going to do. And it's simple. It's free. It's easy, and it works. Thich Nhat Hanh said, "This is reassembling the disassembled parts." It's like doing a defrag on your hard drive. It really is. It brings it all back together again. He said, "Enlightenment is the experience of intimacy with the entire universe." Think of that. Enlightenment is the experience of intimacy with the entire universe. And that's one of the things that can happen when you meditate. Yeah. What you'll find is that there is no separation between you and the universe. One of the things that came to me when I was meditating years ago is just like this. And it wasn't a voice in my head, but it was just, oh, yes, I get it. the phrase, there is only one thing in the universe. It's energy. There's only one thing in the universe. And sometimes it manifests as a star, and sometimes it manifests as you. There is only one thing in the universe. It's all energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only changed. And what we're doing by relaxing is connecting with that energy of the universe. We're rebooting the brain. We're infusing it with this positive, healthy energy that helps us go. And the more you do it, the better you are. That's what meditation is. And it can be, like I said, Tai Chi, the Qigong, which is on my website, just a moving meditation, or the sitting meditation that we're going to do here today. Okay, so do you need to sit in a lotus position? No. Do you need to sit in a pillow? No, you don't need to do any of that. I recommend a straight chair, like a dining room chair, a side chair from a desk or something, not your lazy boy. You don't want to lay back and relax. You may fall asleep. This chair that I'm in, just a basic office desk chair, works. You want to keep your back fairly straight, feet flat on the floor. They say to put one hand inside the other. Traditionally, women put the right hand inside the left, men the left inside the right. I don't know that it matters, but one in the hand, you don't have to do that. Just keep your hands in your lap and be relaxed. Okay? That's all you need to do. How long you meditate? I don't know. If you have 10 minutes, do 10 minutes. If you have a half hour, do a half hour. Some days 20 minutes is going to take an hour in your head. Some days 20 minutes goes by like that. You know, if you can do 20 minutes, that's kind of a goal, I think. A couple times a day. Yeah, find yourself a chair. Shut off the phone. Don't let it ring. If there are things that are, there's going to be sounds and such. The garbage truck's going to go down the alley or something. As you're meditating, just go, oh yeah, there's a sound, and then let it go. They suggest that you not have your eyes open and not have your eyes closed, but half open and half closed, and a soft focus. You're not really looking at anything. One of my teachers told me if you have your eyes open, you're too outwardly focused. If you have your eyes closed, you're too inwardly focused. So halfway is about right. And a soft focus, you're not really looking at anything. You try to not have any visual input from what you see. You will be breathing. This is probably the most important lesson you can learn. If I've only got a few minutes with people and I try to teach them how to relax, I say, just follow me. Do what we call box breathing. The Army and military does this for people in stressful situations. Inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for a count of 4. Exhale, 3, 4. And then have empty breath, not inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Box breathing. That works. And if you take nothing more than this is something you can do when you're stressed. The challenge is recognizing when you're stressed and remembering there's something you can do about it. That's your biggest challenge. When you're in a stressful situation, and you don't have to breathe as loud as I did, but just inhale and hold it, and exhale. You can do that. You cannot be stressed when you breathe like that. That's how you get rid of stress. You breathe from your diaphragm, not from your chest, from your diaphragm. That's how you relax. It's pretty simple stuff, folks. You just have to do it. Should you breathe in through your mouth and out through your nose or vice versa? I guess if you do some research, you can find some people to tell you you must do this or you must do that. I don't think it makes any difference. Maybe it does. If you think it does, then you should do that. I think part of the in through the mouth, out through the nose, or vice versa, is basically giving your brain something to do while you're breathing. It's making your brain have some control over your body. And you're not thinking about the grocery list or did I get my oil changed. when you're breathing in a very deliberate way. Now, as I said, maybe there's some good reasons for nose, mouth, mouth, nose. If you want to do that, you go right ahead. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. One of the things I like to do is sit, feet flat on the floor, hands in the lap, and find your tension points. Find it in your shoulders a lot of times. Look at your jaw, your mouth. Yeah, find those tension points. A lot of people I see with those bouncing knees. No. Not good. Relax, relax, relax. What I do is inhale, and then I exhale and try to not inhale much at all. Keep that breath out and take tiny breaths as necessary for a while, and eventually take a good breath in. But exhale, and then not inhale. And I think what that does is that focuses your brain on your breath. Your brain is going to be thinking, oh, I got to breathe. So, your brain is supposed to make you breathe, and you're not doing it. And that you can't think about grocery lists and oil changes when that's happening. And that's what we want. Now, thoughts are going to come. That's what thoughts do. Your brain is ever vigilant. But now is the time when you can tell your brain, your base brain here that wants to keep you safe, no, this is okay. You can relax for a while. You can go off duty for 20 minutes. And then your higher brain is still functioning and thinking, and what did I forget to do? And just let it go. Imagine those thoughts as they come. Don't push them away. Just say, there's a thought. And think of it as a leaf falling from a tree. And it'll fall at your feet, and it will be there when you're done. It'll be there. You don't have to deal with it now. Now is the time to let it go. And you're still going to find yourself remembering Christmas at Bob's, and did you did, and boy, wasn't that good gravy that Aunt Marge made. And don't get mad at yourself. Those thoughts are just bubbling up, and just let them go. Kind of let them pass as clouds. There they go. Maybe they'll come back. But for a moment, you may find yourself parting the curtain of those thoughts and taking a look, peering behind the curtain, finding the space between those thoughts, the space between your thoughts. And maybe for just a moment, there's nothing. Just a moment. And then it might happen again. It might not. But that's kind of the way I look at it. Oh, yeah. Well, there it was. And maybe some of these monks that sit all day, maybe they live on the other side of the curtain. I don't know what they do. When it only happens for a moment, you'll realize what a wonderful place it is. But don't try to get back there. Just let the thoughts go and you'll be back. Don't try to meditate. Let meditation happen by just doing these things, sitting quietly, breathing, box breathing, or as I mentioned, breathing my technique. Let the thoughts pass. Let them fall as leaves. Relax. Now, some days a diamond, some days a stone. Some days meditation's going to be deep and wonderful, and maybe you'll have some spiritual insights and great things, and you think, oh, I got it. I know how to meditate. And then the next day you come and you're not going to, the 20 minutes will take an hour in your mind, and the monkeys are going to be jumping in your head, and it's like, oh, why am I doing? Try to enter with no expectations. You don't know what's going to happen. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. When it's a stone, just show up the next time. Maybe it'll be a stone again, but just keep showing up and do this on a regular basis. A couple times a day if you can, and good things are going to happen. The Chinese talk about the 10,000 things. Those are those thoughts that are going to be coming in. 10,000 things. Yeah, they all want your attention, and now that your brain's a little quiet, some of those nonsense things can come in and demand attention, and we just let them go. There's a thought. I'll deal with you later. I'm meditating right now. You can't come in. Goodbye. I think it's a good idea to have a mantra, what we want to do is occupy your brain doing something, because it's such a great tool for solving problems and creativity. I mean, your brain is a wonderful part of your life that makes wonderful things happen. But now's the time for it to relax. So we need to give it something to do. So breathing in and out, and some people like a mantra. I like a mantra. Om is the standard that a lot of people use, but you don't have to. Some people use peace. I talked to somebody who used the word hush. So they're just, as they're breathing, and you can connect the mantra with your breathing or not. You don't have to. I mean, I don't breathe this fast, but I might say hush, hush. So it's kind of a meaningless word. Your brain doesn't have to ponder it or think about it. It's something for the brain to do. The breathing, something for the body to do, and you relax and you become heavy, and you let the thoughts go away, and you're meditating. And it's no more complicated than that. As you sit, even for 20 minutes, you're probably going to become uncomfortable, and you could move a little bit. I mean, your butt may start barking at you, but I'd say just notice it and say, I've been sitting in this position for a while, but don't move. Take another breath. Go back to your mantra. Innocently come back to that mantra. Keep repeating it. Keep breathing as you will. And meditate and relax. So those are my thoughts on meditation. I'm going to start the next part of the video momentarily, but for now, get in that chair, a straight back chair, or not a lazy boy. Don't lay down. You could sit on the floor if you want. Have a pillow. Relax, relax, relax. Okay, shut the ringer off on your phone. Shut off the vibrator on your phone. Shut off the TV. I don't like music. Music stimulates the brain. I don't think that's a good idea. If you find you need it, go ahead. I put on some peaceful sounds here, some white noise. You can find white noise online. It's just a meaningless sound that covers up the sounds of the traffic and such that might be in your house. The furnace comes on, the air conditioner runs, the garbage trucks go by, and so forth. So some white noise, or as I've got this babbling brook that we're going to listen to. You can do that. Do you want to light a candle? Go ahead, light a candle. Keep it in front of you. Keep your soft eyes looking at the candle. You can do that. All right, so we're in our chair. We're going to sit here for about 20 minutes. In a moment, the sound of the babbling brook will come, and let the thoughts just float by or fall to the ground, and breathe. And you'll hear a gong in about 20 minutes, and then you can slowly come back. Enjoy your meditation.